Thanks to Linode, a top-rated cloud computing company with over 1 million customers, for supporting this episode of SciShow. Head to linode.com/SciShow to learn more and get a $100 60-day credit on a new Linode account. Animal migrations are some of the most spectacular events on the planet. From monarch butterflies collecting in huge droves as they rest along their journey, to Arctic terns, which travel an impressive 40,000 kilometers or more. But imagine an animal traveling all that way through potentially dangerous seas, all while heavily pregnant. So pregnant, in fact, that you're giving birth mere days after arriving home. But you can make it just in time thanks to your internal GPS? Well, that's the story of female northern elephant seals. Now, these animals are already pretty remarkable, from the noses they're named for to the fact that they're the only known animal that makes 2 migrations in a year. These pregnant elephant seals make their first migration by swimming some 10,000 kilometers across the eastern North Pacific Ocean, hunting for food. And then they turn around and swim through their second migration, going back to their breeding beaches to give birth. And those births almost always happen 5 days after returning. There's even been at least one recorded case of a seal giving birth the night she arrived back. So knowing their way back is pretty important, since future generations depend on it. But how northern elephant seals decide when to U-turn to make it just in time remained a mystery. But in February of 2022, researchers published some potential answers in the journal Current Biology. They thought maybe the animals have a kind of internal map that tells them how far they've traveled, since that's what other migrating animals, like birds, have. And researchers found something along those lines. When the seals turned around had nothing to do with how much body fat they had stored up. See, the whole reason females spend all that time at sea is to eat enough to get them through the next 5 weeks or so on land. That's because females give birth, nurse their pups, and mate again, all without eating. So those fat reserves become pretty important. The researchers' other hypothesis was that maybe seals who had had a good hunting season and stored up enough fat would head back earlier once they were full. So they tracked around 100 female northern elephant seals to see when they returned home. And it turns out the timing of the turnaround depended on how far away from the beach the seals foraged. If the seals started their foraging further away, they'd start heading back to shore earlier than seals who were foraging closer to the breeding beach. By the end of the sea trip, female northern elephant seals ended up back at their breeding beaches in waves. So it seems that northern elephant seal females have a kind of inbuilt map or GPS that tells them, oh, well, it'll take you this long to get back, so you better turn around now. But it's unclear whether what's guiding the females is also guiding the males, because males are also out foraging, but in a totally different part of the ocean compared to the females. But they also managed to come back earlier to await the females and stake their claim of who to breed with. What's also still unclear is what exactly is telling the seals where they are relative to the beach. Basically, what's giving them their coordinates? Researchers think it could be the Earth's geomagnetic field or the positions of the stars, because other migratory animals have receptors that are able to sense Earth's magnetic field, and they can use those receptors as a compass to see where they need to go. And we have a whole video about how monarch butterflies use it for their long migrations. So the next step for researchers is to figure out if that's how the seal's GPS also works and what environmental cues are important to them when it comes to navigating. Understanding northern elephant seals' amazing navigation abilities could also help researchers better understand other amazing animal migrations. Thanks for watching this episode of SciShow, and thank you to Linode for sponsoring this video. You might have heard that every cloud has a silver lining, and with Linode's support, even the cloud helps you accomplish your onlining. That's because Linode is a cloud computing company, which means they provide Linux servers for you or your business to set up online streaming, website or app hosting, and online storage. By accessing all of Linode's services online, you don't have to worry about finding and managing the right hardware at your home or office. Linode has a marketplace full of open source cloud applications that you can use right away, and their award-winning customer service team will help you scale your cloud use to just what you need. So to see all that Linode has to offer, you can click the link in the description or head to linode.com/scishow. That link gives you a $100 60-day credit on a new Linode account. It's the silver lining of cloud computing.